Hello, welcome back to Jason Dallas Election Night Coverage 2020. Last time we talked, it was getting very, very close in some key states, and we were heading, and the poll closings were heading westward, and we were starting to get a better feel of what this election turned out to be. We saw some competitive races, both locally and nationally, and in this one at 10 p.m., we'll be looking at nationally, and we'll look at the close race that's unfolding in North Carolina. So, first, let's look at the Senate. There's been two major projections that just came down from the New York Times and from major networks. One, they think New York Times and New York Times, CNN, most other major ones, they projected that for Senate in the state of Colorado, incumbent Senator Cory Gardner has lost against former governor of Colorado, John Hickenlooper. This is the first game of the night for Democrats in the Senate. They need to pick up 4 to win that control of the Senate. This right now is the big defeat for it's a loss for it was expected to go, but still a loss for the GOP. And right now about 55 to 42% that John Hickenlooper is doing pretty well, and he's well on his way to the Senate. We also have, in terms of the states that just closed, we've had polls close in. We just had another projection right now. Look at this breaking news. Look at this. Tommy Tuberville has defeated the incumbent senator Doug Jones, the Democrat of Alabama. That is a flip from 2017 when Doug Jones nearly won the seat. So now we're back to square one now. One Republican gain, one Democrat gain. This is big. Just happened just now. Look at this. Right? You saw it right on the screen right now. This is big news right here. So far, two incumbents have lost the re-election tonight. This is big. So now we're back even now in terms of control of the United States Senate. But right now, in New Mexico, which just closed their polls a little while ago, Democrat Ben Lujan is doing pretty well there, about 9 points or so, expected Democrat. Mark Kelly, the former astronaut and wife of Gabby Gifford, is running for Senate against incumbent Senator Martha McSally. Right now, Martha McSally is down by 11 points with 72% of the votes in. She still has some ways to go, and she could potentially come up, but really, out of all counties here, there's not a lot of them, but really, Maricopa County, that's where elections are won and lost, because that's where Phoenix is. Most, well over 50%, I think, of the state's population, I believe, lives there. And it's just 72% is in statewide right now. And they just closed 13 minutes ago. Actually, I'm sorry. It closed about an hour or so ago. But still, though, look at this, though. 72% national of the vote-in. Right there, Mark Kelly's beating Martha McSally right now by 11 points. Very, very interesting. Could be potential flip for the Democrats. Also, we've had some. There'll be a new senator in Wyoming. Cynthia Lummis has won election by 81%. Looks like around 2% point. Look at this. There'll be Mike Rounds being elected from the Senate from South Dakota, as well as Ben Sasse from the great state of Nebraska has won. And another major projection that we've made is that John Cornyn, the Republican incumbent from the state of Texas, has won against Democratic challenger MJ Hagar, who was a little bit close competitive, but in the end, he actually looks like he's outperforming Trump actually in Texas. So John Cornyn is reelected in the state of Texas. So in terms of South Carolina, let's look right now. So what's happening in Georgia? Sorry. In Georgia, David Perdue, with 50% of the votes in, right now is over the 50% threshold you need to avoid runoff. So he is winning right now in there right now. So he's winning over there against Democrat challenger John Ossoff. And in the Georgia special election, right now, Kelly Loeffler, the incumbent senator, is winning right now. And it looks like half vote is I'm seeing more and more likely there's going to be a runoff because no one's going to be clearing, because in Georgia you have to clear 50% in order to win the state's statewide elections. So it looks like there might be a runoff in the state for for Senate in early January of next year. So she's looks like it will be Raphael Warnock and Kelly Loeffler. That's what it appears to be. I'm not saying it could change. Doug Collins still running a few points behind, but it's what I'm seeing right now. So keep watching this because it's my slight game might determine depending on how some races go, control the United States Senate. So we'll keep a very close eye on this one. In Louisiana, it's the same rule where you have to clear 50% in order to win. Right now, so look at this. Bill Cassidy, the incumbent, is leading. He's doing very, very well for his Democratic challengers, and it looks like with 41% in, he looks like he might be on his way to re-election. Same thing here with a little bit closer in Mississippi, but looks like Cindy Hyde-Smith is doing pretty well right now. North Carolina, very, very close. Thom Tillis has jumped into the lead. Look at this. 88% of votes reported. The Libertarian candidate Shannon Bray is getting 3% of the votes. That could be fairly significant. That's well within the margin of Tillis and Cunningham. But still, look at this. Tillis has taken the lead over Kelly Cunningham by about 47,000 votes. This is big right here. This could determine this state in Georgia, where it happens these two states, could determine this control of the United States Senate. Very, very key here. Very, very key here. Look at that. Montgomery County has flipped from Cal Cunningham to Thom Tillis. Look at this. Same thing on here. Look at this. Very, very. What do you call it? Percentage-wise, margins aren't that good for Tillis, but he's still winning these areas right here. Johnson County just reported. Let's see. Actually, yeah, Johnson. Yep. There you go. Yep, Johnson County's reporting. So very, very close there in North Carolina here. In Iowa, poll just closed. Teresa Greenfield is taking on Republican incumbent Joni Ernst for the Senate seat in Iowa. It's about 12% in, but it will probably be a little while because they are accepting ballots, mail-in ballots that are postmarked all the way into November 9th. Postmarked by today all the way up to the 9th of November, so it might be a little ways to know in here because this will be a very close seat. But another one I'm looking at because this one and Maine are also two close ones we're watching. Also, since we last talked, Lindsey Graham has defeated Jamie Harrison to win re-election to the United States Senate from South Carolina. He was in a very, very close race. Jamie Harrison won. He got tons and tons of fundraising. It was crazy, which he got tons of fundraising. I think it's the most ever for a candidate in U.S. history, I think. But that was not enough to prevail against incumbent Lindsey Graham, who has won re-election, according to New York Times projection. In the state of Maine, incumbent Senator Susan Collins is running against the state's House of Representatives, the state Speaker of the House for Maine, Sarah Gideon, who's running against her, and it's about 12% in, and it's about pretty close. Well, not close, but I guarantee it's gonna be closer as we head on later and later. But Lisa Savage, independent senator, she's actually getting 4%. Maine's a very independent-minded state, so third parties traditionally have been able to give her traction there. So that's something to watch too as we head into tonight. And same thing, Tina Smith doing pretty well here in Minnesota. Montana against Steve Daines against the incumbent Steve Daines against Democratic popular governor from Montana, Steve Bullock. He's been running very well here. It's just going to be one of the closer ones. This North Carolina, Georgia, and probably Maine will be closest Senate seats you see tonight. So this will be very one as it comes in. 1% in. Probably just most of this rural counties, I'm guessing, is mainly in. This will be one very, very close to watch. I would put my money on that whoever wins this seat will probably win also the United States Senate probably as well. So right now, to stand 41 Republicans, there'll be at least 41, there'll be at least 43. Democrats are split to 1, Republicans are split to 1, so it's a wash right now. So right now, it's still, if everything else was called, nothing else changed, it would still be 53 to 47. But we are still watching out for lots of key states. Turning out to the House, there's been rejection that the AP, not the AP. Well, I think that there's a rejection that Democrats are expected to retain control once all the seats are in. Are expected to retain control of the House of Representatives. Oh, we've had a projection now, I believe, the state of Florida, one that's a pretty big one right now. So one in Florida 26, look at this. Florida 26, which is, I believe, encompasses the Florida Keys, everything that's south of that. We have a projection that former, I believe, Miami Mayor Carlos Giannis has defeated incumbent freshman Debbie Muscuro Powell in the Florida House District 26 congressional district. He has defeated her by raising their margins, but 95%, and that is a gain for Republicans. So Florida has been really they've been outperforming Republicans both down, up and down the ballot. They've been doing well there in president. They've been doing well there in House. They've gained a seat now there now. Let's see what else is going on. Two more flips right here. North Carolina, North Carolina 6, North Carolina 2nd, the two districts that were court ordered to be redistricted. So it's basically more fair for Democrats. So now those are have now flipped. Those have been uncontested though. So those have now been flipped too. Any other big flips? Let's see. Not that I see, but still lots of key states right now. So right now it's 97 Republicans, 75 Democrats, but still we are still getting there. Still very early, very early. Everywhere it's all everything's up, all up. So Democrats believe they will take the House, but still be careful. Hey, look at this. Our local congressman David Rouzer has won re-election for another 2 terms. This is his 5th term, I believe. He has won his 5th term, I think, 2014. Sorry, his 4th term. He has won his 4th term to the United States House of Representatives in our 7th district, easily defeating Chris Ward, Democrat, 59.4% to 48.6%. So, President, where are we now? Keep in mind that 270 number to win the presidency. Right now, Joe Biden has 131 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 98 electoral votes. So right now, we are going to look at the state by state. Right now, North Carolina, very close. 89% in, Trump has taken the lead with 89% in. He's taking the lead with about a little over 40,000 votes. He has taken the lead in 89% in. Very close state here. North Carolina, New Hampshire County, getting closer, but it looks like it might flip for the first time, vote for a Democrat for first time since 1976. This will be very big here. So we'll keep looking at that. Again, that Cumberland County, some of that. Still haven't got anything from Granville County, but it'll probably be easier there. But let's see. What else is he watching? Virginia. Virginia has been projected for Donald Trump. Sorry, been projected for Joe Biden. Sorry, even though Joe Biden's losing right now, there's tons of Democratic votes. These Fairfax County, 20% in. There's probably going to be a few hundred more thousand votes there for Joe Biden because he's skewed more heavily towards that. He's probably going to gain a lot more votes, so he probably will cut that lead down to Trump and probably he won't likely flip the state. Same thing with Virginia, not a lot in the state capital, and there's a lot of votes there. So it'll be heavily Democratic. So that'll be because Steve Biden's up by 70, he's up 70%. So he will flip this way this is going. It will be most likely it will flip towards, unless something drastic happens, will flip towards Joe Biden's election. Also, since he left, Joe Biden has won the state of Colorado. He has also won the state of New Mexico pretty handily, and seeing Colorado won by about 17 points right now, 79% in. Utah, last time around, it was actually there's a third party candidate named Evan McMullen that was running there, and he actually got more votes. I believe almost, if not, I think he did got more votes in Clinton than the entire state. That swung Utah far more to the left. Like Trump's, he didn't gain that much more votes. He didn't get 50%, like 45.8%, I believe. This time around, Evans McMullen's not running, so it's just 2 parties, and Utah and Trump's looks like he's easily going to win that. Looks like he's winning by about 5 or so points right now. So it looks like about 0.5%. It looks like he will win that state pretty soon if it's not called. Same thing. Ignore that. I'm joking. That's probably, let's see. My guess is Missoula. Missoula, one of the Democratic, was one of the big states in Missoula. I think in Missoula, Helena, the big cities here. Helena, it's very early reporting, but most of this is probably one of the most Democratic counties, Montana. That's probably why Joe Biden has the lead now. He more likely not, he could still win, but he might be win the state. Texas, look at that. Trump has widened his lead in Texas to about 3 points. Look at this. He's leading about 79% in. Look at this. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good for Trump right now because Houston is about 82%, Dallas 81%. Tons of counties I haven't reported though. Wow, look at this. Loving County. Look at this. This is pretty high turnout. This is actually the least populated county in Texas. I think it went for Trump about like 85%. So actually, I think he might actually done better here. But right now, a few of these Republican counties, not a lot of population have reported yet, but still very, very key things to watch. 90% in near Austin. So very lots of things to watch for as you head on tonight, but very, very close in there too. Let's see, Florida, Trump's getting it. I think we're now at 94% reporting now. So Trump has a steady lead there, about a little bit less than 400,000 votes, I think. Yeah, a little less than 400,000 votes. Lead there and gain there 94% in. So that'll be caused to get higher and higher pretty shortly, I believe. Same thing in Georgia, 55% in. Donald Trump is leading by about 13 points or so, 13, 12 points, give or take. 55% in. There's not been a ton of reporting in these land counties, so expect to get very, very close there as we head on to it, as opposed to these Republican counties, which are pretty much reported by now. So I would be very, very skeptical if it is his market hold. So expect that to get much more closer as you head on through the night. Same thing in Maine. As we look at Maine, Trump's actually leading Maine. We will expect him to win. We are looking for a congressional district actually in Maine. So because Maine and Nebraska are the only two states that let their electoral votes through congressional district, which means that whoever wins in the congressional districts wins electoral votes. So every other state except for Maine, Nebraska, if you win by one vote statewide or by 10,000, you win all of them no matter what. But in these two states, you win if you get the most votes in the congressional district, you win an electoral vote there. So let's see. We go to find it. I can't find it right now, but let's see. This might be it. Let's see. I can't see right now, but right now Trump's ahead in statewide and just barely in Maine, but I don't expect it to last very long. But very watch out there for the congressional district because every electoral vote counts. We'll be watching that one, watching Maine, watching Nebraska's too. That one they just closed the polls just recently, a little while ago. So that one we'll be watching if that one go in. Trump still has nearly span a little bit in the national popular vote right now, but let's look at this. Missouri doing better, pretty about 20 points. I expect that to be called for Trump in the next hour or so. Iowa, 19%. They're gonna go a little slower too because more densely populated area and they're much more mail-in ballots, so I think that'd be pretty close. Joe Biden doing well in Minnesota, about 2/3. Donald Trump is a little bit leading in about 34% in Wisconsin. Same in 33% in about 200,000 there, and same thing in Pennsylvania where he's about 200,000 votes ahead there. Ohio very close. He's starting to widen out. 74% in North Carolina. Trump's ahead by a little bit of a good margin. Same thing in Florida. Same thing in Georgia. Same thing in Florida. But Joe Biden's actually leading with 75% in Arizona. That could flip to Joe. That could be the first state to flip to Joe Biden if the night goes on and this continues. So right now 98 for Trump, 131 for Biden. One for Biden. It's pretty much evenly divided in the House. I mean, it's pretty much evenly divided in the Senate in terms of where we started at. And Democrats like they're going to take the House. But it's 10:30 right now. At 11 p.m., the final states in the the final states on the continental United States will close, plus Hawaii. And I'll be back on then to look at results, and maybe we might have some major projections then. But then of that, we have 1 a.m. East. I don't think I might not do AM 1 this time though, but we'll see though. But we're going to be up on again in about 30 minutes. I'll be on, and then we're going to be looking at 11 p.m. hour. We have 5 more states. Sorry, to be closing on the West Coast, and then hopefully more projections there. State, local Senate. I think we might have projections for governor by then for North Carolina, as well as a few other local races as well. So stay tuned for that. And his race is getting very tired by the minute as you continue to look at it. So I thank you all for watching this hour, and I will see you next hour.